Let's spend a German minute. I would like to talk with you about creativity today and the effects limited space for display and for keeping your loose bricks has on our creativity. First things first, I am Lady MacBrick. Welcome to my channel. Today I would like to talk with you about creativity. I found that my creativity is really limited to the space that I have. First things first, my loose bricks. I have a decent collection of loose bricks, but the space is limited. So I have a section which is really well organized within the limits of loose bricks collection, um, as far as it can be. Let's put it that way. And I have a section of really roughly sorted loose bricks. So when it comes to building, I find myself sometimes struggling to the extent which I want to use my bricks. Do I really want to take out the bricks out of the really well tightly sorted section? Or do I want to use the really roughly sorted section? Which is way easier because I know that when I don't like it, I can just disassemble it and throw it back. Only takes me a minute to put it back because it's just buckets and it's roughly sorted. No problem so far. But when I really need a certain piece and I have a feeling that I have it, I go to the other section and that takes time. And I know and I have a gut feeling that I often don't do it. So my creativity is really limited to the extent of my willingness to go back and forth and put the things back into the storage. And knowing that I run out of certain things, do I really want to put these valuable bricks and pieces into a build that I'm not really confident about? That's the first thing that I really struggle with. Second one is limited creativity based on display space. I really struggle with the fact that I am hesitant to build something from which I know that I can't keep it before I even have built it. That really crushes my creativity. So the things that I'm really enjoying at the moment are habitats. This is one example that I really like. They are small, they are fun. Theoretically, it should be easy to display them and keep them. But even a size like this is a challenge to display, is a challenge to keep, cause you build one of these habitat stacks and it's beautiful and it's fun, and the next one comes around and then you find yourself that you are building another one and you realize, I really like that. This one, for example, is about spring and I really put my heart into it and I enjoy it. It means so much to me. I don't want to disassemble it. And just recently, just the other week, we entered a new challenge and I started building again. And I found myself really liking the things that I built. So I used certain bricks and pieces and minifigs that I now put into these display pieces, or at least I like to think of it as display pieces. I want to keep it, but at the same time I used certain things that are now not available to me anymore. Plus, I really have to think about where to keep it. And I'm looking forward to the next challenge. So I really struggle with the thought of how to move forward in future. How to keep my loose bricks in a fashion that it does not limit my creativity, because I'm afraid or I'm hesitant to use the bricks that I have in fear that I run out of it and I don't want to buy another batch of it. Or do I want to buy another batch of it? And if I keep the bills, where do I keep it? And if I build it just to disassemble it right away, why bother in the first place? I have to mention that I am of a certain age. I'm not a digital person. So me having a picture of it isn't enough. I'm the same when it comes to books. I am the same when it comes to DVDs. I am the same when it comes to CDs. I nowadays stream things, so I do not really have everything on DVD anymore. I keep a lot of my books. I still hang on that. I'm not a real Kindle person, but CDs to a limited extent as well. I use Spotify and everything. Love it, but I still need the actual things. I still need my CDs of my most favorite things. I still need the things that I like to watch over and over again on DVD, so that I have it. In case the streaming service doesn't provide it anymore, I still have it. So these things I keep, and it's the same with my Lego, my bricks, my brick built things. I like to keep them because just keeping a picture isn't the same as keeping these builds. If I really put my heart into it, I want to keep it. Keeping a picture is not the same thing for me. I'm not really sure if it is it identity that the build that I created defines to a certain degree my identity, and I want to keep it. And I want to see what happens to my identity, to my ability to create in future, and the ability to go back and compare and see, hopefully, that I made progress, and that I would lose it, that I constantly would fear that I'm not cutting it, when in fact, if I had the chance to go back and compare, I would see that I got better. I have a feeling, just based on habitats, that I am better than I used to be. I know when you look at a habitat stack like this, still very, very simple. I always build simple. I love all the habitats that the others build, and which are really detailed and which have specific details with a smartness that's just mind-blowing. I hope that I will be able to do that in future too. Until now, my level of building techniques is really, really limited and very, very basic. But at least I think that my building abilities reached a level of um, excitement when I see it, and happiness of what I reached, just based on the basic thought. I had a thought and I implemented it, and I'm kind of happy with the result. I hate to lose that, and I would hate to lose the ability to see progress. Because I think if I would be able to compare my habitat stacks of the past to the habitat stacks that I built just recently, I would realize that I made progress, despite the fact that when you look at it, they are they are really, really simple and basic. I know that. But my gut feeling tells me that I made progress, but I can't compare it anymore because I did not keep it, because I don't have the space to keep it, and I don't have the breaks to keep everything. If I kept everything, I would lose the ability to build, because I wouldn't have the pieces and I wouldn't have the space. So pieces can be bought again. That is a problem that is kind of rather easily solved. Space, not so much. So I have two difficulties to overcome: my space issue and then the piece issue. I have a feeling that the piece issue can be solved. I can handle it. Space issue, I would love to know how you do it, how you feel about it. Do you keep just digital documentation and that's enough for you? Or are you with me? Do you keep your bills as well in order for you to go back and compare? Is it really a matter of identity, the ability to know what you have done and to see your progress, to see who you were, who you are, who you could be? Yeah, and on top of everything, I would love to know how you feel about all these components, all these aspects of our Lego building journey. How do you feel about it in regard to your creativity? Does it limit you? Do you think about it? Do you worry about it? Does it stress you? Because to a certain degree, I think it stresses me that I cannot really judge myself in regard to do I get better? Because when I see my builds, really my mocking builds, they are bad. Guys, they are really, really bad. There are things that I did, and I hope in future I will be able to show you. I kept them because I'm really kind of proud of it, but these are moderations. Of my moderations, I'm fairly proud. On my mocking skills, not so much, because I always think of myself that it does not really cut it in comparison to all the magnificent builds that are out there. So usually when it comes to real mocking, I disassemble it really fast. For the reason of me telling that I need the bricks in order to keep on building and that I need the space in order to be able to keep on building. But it robs me of the ability to see my past, my present, and my future. So, what do you think? Is it a problem in regard to creativity? Or is it just me? Please tell me. Totally fair if it's just me. And what aspects might be the reason for me struggling with the aspects of storage capacity, display capacity, and creativity in regard of me growing as a person who wants to mock and who wants to get better and who wants to get into a place in, in which I can be creative and a place in which I am not hesitant to try out new things because I just realize it will be disassembled anyway. Why bother if it only lasts for 5 minutes and either no one but me will see it, or I will take a picture and then disassemble it, and the picture gets lost within 3 seconds, either on the internet or and definitely on my phone, because the pictures pile up, then you delete it, and they are gone. Why bother building if the digital copies are gone without trace? My memory of it probably will be gone as well rather quickly. Why bother? It would be amazing if you could give me a clue, give me a spark of reason why to really go out and mock when I know it will be disassembled, it will disappear. The memory of it will disappear. The build itself would disappear. Why? Why go out and bother building? That is really a huge struggle that I am trying to overcome because it really, really, really limits my ability to be creative and to do the things that I love, which basically is bringing into bricks forms the things that I imagine and that I want to bring to life with bricks and pieces. That for now, a thought, a German minute which turned into 15 minutes. I'm so sorry. I try to keep it shorter in future, but that is something that kept me thinking and that I was struggling with and will be struggling with until you guys will give me the clue, give me the hint, give me the advice how to break free my creativity. Until then, I am Lady MacBrick. This is my channel, and I would love to hear from you. See you. Bye.